I've been pretty much working a lot with the environment team on CPP, and I think of environment in a little bit of a broader sense, which involves sort of the psychological environment, which is mostly made up of how we talk about a place. When I first moved to Arcata, the Plaza was always talked about in a very positive light, a place of community, a place of getting together and whatnot. And recently, maybe in the past year, the way that the Plaza has been discussed has been a little bit more negative, and people have been avoiding it. So there's a narrative around the Plaza that started with a negative comment, maybe, that a parent bringing their child to HSU left on one of the, I think maybe Time Standard, but there's been a little bit more of negative narrative surrounding the Plaza, and that narrative frames the way that we view the Plaza, and the Plaza frames the way that we view this community. So I think the part of the environment team is also the media team, spreading this positive message, CPP creating community, bringing people together, creating conversations between our community and the houseless community that make their home on the Plaza, is creating a more of a positive narrative surrounding the Plaza itself. And I think that then extends to creating a more positive environment for the Plaza, changing the perception of the Plaza to a more positive perception, bringing people back to the Plaza, because if people start avoiding it, we're going to lose, the heart of this community. And so that's really what made me drawn to CPP, and that's what I hope to contribute, is creating this positive narrative and creating this positive community centered here in the Plaza, and then extending outward throughout, Humboldt and wherever else. So yeah, that's what I think is a big part of the environment team, is that message and that narrative.
Hi, my name is Mike McDowell. I'm with the City of Arcata Natural Resource Division. I'm not in rain gear today. I am actually working on fish sampling, and it goes right along with some of the motivations behind the CPP group. We're looking down at our water quality here, and what we can see going on is we got a lot of oil sheen coming off. Typically we have a lot of litter, and those get picked up in these first rains of the year. The City of Arcata would really like to support groups like this. Cleanliness on the Plaza and in town goes a lot for quality of life, whether you're a citizen or a tourist new to town and coming to see Arcata for your first time, as well as groups doing some of these efforts go a long way as far as the environment. So when you have cleaner streets and cleaner sidewalks, your oceans and rivers and your creek systems are more clean, which can benefit fish and other aquatic animals. Anything that reaches our storm drains or our drainage system actually goes straight out to the bay. It receives no filtration whatsoever. If it goes beyond one of the storm grates, it will make it to the nearest creek. So something as simple as a couple cigarette butts or a bottle cap or a small piece of litter, if it makes it past the grate, it's going straight out to Humboldt Bay. Reducing the trash in town, besides for the visual aspect, has a great environmental benefit for numerous species, as well as for birds that might feed on those fish that have eaten cigarette butts, or other animals just drinking the water that are in these creek systems that have oil runoff, other pieces of trash, litter, anything to that nature.
Going right down to the ocean. That's where it's going. All this stuff drains through the sewer system, goes right to the ocean.
Place it.
So you're out with the fish today. Tell us what you saw when you're out with the fish today.
Yeah, so I'm not wearing rain gear today. This is our fish sampling dry suit, and we were sampling one of City of Arcata's restoration sites that we did that funnels Janes Creek out to Humboldt Bay. So as we were doing what's called a seine net with a large fish net 30 feet wide, and we scoop up everything in the creek. We did not catch fish on that site. We actually caught a couple bags of garbage, and that can be typical in town. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what the group is doing on the Plaza, and one of the reasons why the City of Arcata would like to continue to support the group in their efforts is that these volunteer efforts like this go a long way in other areas in town. It's not just right here on the Plaza, right here on this street. These pieces of litter and other things mobilize and go further out and get in our creek systems and go out to Humboldt Bay and later on into the ocean. So it's beyond the small footprint of where the group is right now.
Do you see like a trend for where you see the most accumulation of garbage? Like looking at these, you know, it might tell us a little something about the activity related to the businesses here.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see a trend. I mean, where the majority of the people are, we tend to have more garbage. But a lot of the businesses are pretty good. The city has worked with some of the businesses as far as providing some of these trash pickers to a lot of the businesses on the east side. We haven't really done the west side yet. Alec comes out every Friday and works with the group and brings some more of these trash pickers and provides bags and helps dispose of any sharps that we might come across, as well as educate the group on how to pick up litter safely. It's not as simple as just going around and picking up litter. You want people to be safe, and that's a really good thing to have staff members that are able to support the safety aspect so that all the volunteers are safe while they're doing their effort.
As you know, 5 solution teams,
Yes.
part of CPP, and we're talking one today is environment. We just decided at the foundation at the end of last year to just show up and pick up trash on the plaza. You're giving us great feedback about how that makes a difference, even differences that we don't even see off plaza. But as far as the mission and the vision of the environment team of CPP, you're saying that maybe there's a lot of other things we could be doing in conjunction with the City of Arcata and maybe even other communities throughout the North Coast.